Good evening, everyone. If you have a question, raise your hand so I can find you. I'll look down to Sam from the Telegraph from the UK to kick off.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
What were your thoughts on the game?
Well, really happy to win here against a team that has won the last 14 games in European competitions in a row. So they deserve a lot of credit to that because there is not many European teams that have done that. So we have come here game 15 and won it. We have talked about this in the last few days, and that was the challenge in different conditions, in different contexts, making a lot of changes, find a way to win, and we've done it.
Were you happy with the performance? Second half felt like a bit of a slog.
The second half, obviously, there are a lot of things to improve, and we know that. I'm not going to get too deep into that. I understand as well why this is happening, but I think the boys deserve credit as well for the way they tried, quality-wise, in terms of game dominance and how we want to play. Obviously, there are a lot of things to get better than what we've done today, but it's another win and move on. Now it's Leeds.
Kaya?
I just wanted to ask about Matt Turner and how his distribution has come on since he joined the club. Are you impressed with the strides he's making forward in terms of his ability to play out with the ball?
He is improving. He's getting better. Obviously, we are demanding things that are different to what other managers have demanded to do. He was much better in the first half, and in the second half, in my opinion, we could have some more control. But I think he was phenomenal in goal. The way he read the situation, especially defending the back of the central defenders when he needs to control the space there. The way he set himself in the 1-against-1 situation that he had, he was really good.
If something were to happen to Aaron and he was needed to start a Premier League game, would you feel confident in throwing him into that sort of situation now?
Yes.
On there?
You really had to struggle for the victory today. What can you say about Bodø Glimt's performance? How tough were they to meet tonight?
Excuse me, sorry?
You had to struggle for the 3 points tonight. How tough were Bodø Glimt as an opponent?
Really tough. I said before we play at the Emirates that this is a really good team that is going to cause you problems, especially the moment you start to lose certain duels and allowed, especially the left back, to progress the play so easily and go through your press too easily. And once we haven't controlled that, we were in big trouble, and that was probably the difference between the first and the second half. Obviously, the conditions, the pitch is another element that you could see sometimes that it was too fast for us, but there is no excuse.
Neil?
Can I ask you the contribution of two players, Bukayo Saka, who scored again today after his contribution, what his contribution tonight, and Martin Odegaard? Did he ask to start and make such a contribution today and play 70 minutes?
No, well, verbally, he didn't ask me to play the way he was preparing the last few days, for sure. He wanted to come here and play. And it's the contribution of everybody. I saw a lot of players. Reece, for example, he hasn't played for 3.5 months. The way he was trying and go with it. Every single player, the ones that they came from the bench, performing better or worse, attitude level, willingness to win, top.
Nick?
PSV next week, you'll go through, I think. I mean, as we said yesterday, we don't know which round yet, but how important is it to get at least that bit of a job done next week, and then maybe you'll get the chance to mix things up a bit more selection-wise?
In Europe, when you have the opportunity to get there, take it, because a lot of things happen that is very unpredictable. So we will prepare the game next week, obviously after Leeds, and try to win it.
Yeah.
Mikel, I know you said before the game that the pitch wouldn't influence your decision, but how much did you agonise over playing people like Williams, Saliba and Martin, and kind of how relieved are you that you got through unscathed?
You are, but it's the squad that we have. We have 16 players available. So I have to play 11, and I don't want those 11 to play 90 minutes here because I know probably what is going to happen in the next day or two. If they get injured here, for sure we'll be talking that we should not risk a player or risk a player. At the end, they have to play.
Okay, one there.
On the paper, you had a better team on the pitch today than the last game. Did you have to dig deeper than you wanted to in this game to get the points?
Well, we knew that was going to be really complicated. Obviously, again, I repeat myself that it's 14 games that they won consecutively here. So I think we have to play at a different level today. But the team selection was as well because some other issues that we have with other players that they could not start today.
Okay, can we take a few questions for our game on Sunday against Leeds? Start with Nick or Sam? Yeah, Sam, let's go. Yeah.
Mikel, if you win on Sunday, you will go 4 points clear before Man City play against Liverpool. What kind of psychological boost and how important do you think that could be?
Well, now, honestly, the chip is how we're going to prepare Leeds mentally, physically. It's going to be a battle. We know the way they play, how intense it's going to be, the crowd that they have, and it's going to be a challenge. So we have to be at our best again to win there.
Is this the time of the season now when the Thursday, Sunday diary starts catching up with you, do you think, and the physicality?
Well, it's going to be here, but I think after the World Cup, it's going to be even worse. So I think it's a good preparation for what is coming.
Dan?
You mentioned just now about the impact that playing tonight will have on the players who you would want to play on Sunday. What realistically, preparation-wise, can you do with some of the guys who've played 90 minutes tonight, like William Saliba, before Sunday?
Give them the idea, some video, get them active, recover them well, and that's it. No much. There's no time. We have to travel there, back to London, and travel back to Leeds. No, really, we will have an activation obviously on Saturday, but really a training session, it's not possible.
Okay, Nick.
You mentioned the atmosphere at Elland Road. You know it very well. It's one of the hottest in the league. The crowd really get on you and get on their team. Do you think that you're better equipped as a team than you were a couple of years ago to stand up to that kind of atmosphere?
I think so, but last year it was incredible. Even when we were winning 3-0, that crowd is something that I've never seen before, and you can sense every time I'm watching them, and I watched some games already of them, and you can hear the noise. So you know how it's going to be.
And finally, sorry, Nick.
Leeds as well, they've had quite an upheaval, haven't they? Obviously, they had a manager there for quite a long time who you knew very well. Bielsa, they've changed a lot now, different style under Jesse Marsch. Can you talk a bit about what you expect from them this season?
But again, I think Jesse, the teams that they played, it's very clear what he wants to do. Really intense team, really dynamic team, really good teams every time there are spaces to attack. It's some similarities. Obviously, every coach has his own book, but what Jesse's done, I think, over the time that he's been there is really impressive.
And finally, we'll go to Kaya.
Are you expecting Gabriel Jesus to be in contention to play after he missed the trip here?
I don't know. Obviously, he had some discomforts after the game against Liverpool, and that's why we decided not to bring him in today. So let's see how it's between tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, guys.
Sorry? I think so. With Alex, I don't know. He's not been in the pitch yet, so we have to be a little bit calm.
Thanks, guys. Safe journeys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Questions in from Norwegian media in Norwegian and questions from British media in English. We'll have the microphones to you before you get to ask your questions. Start med Etner.
Kjetil, hvordan er følelsen etterpå nå?
Nei, følelsen er at jeg er utrolig stolt av fotballkampen vi spiller, for det at det er mange veier til å spille en jevn fotballkamp mot et topp internasjonalt lag, og vi synes jeg gjør det gjennom å være oss selv i dag. Og nivået vi holder
i denne fotballkampen kontra den forrige fotballkampen, at vi flinke til læring, og så prestasjonen i dag synes jeg veldig bra, både defensivt og offensivt. Det en del detaljer på siste tredjedel. Vi spiller på for mye på første bevegelse, men vi får litt dårlig betalt i dag, men en meget god prestasjon.
Korthet.
Victor Boniface skåret 2 mål for Union i dag. Pål André Helland mener at hvis han hadde spilt, så hadde det sett veldig annerledes ut i dag. Hva tenker du om den kommentaren?
Nei, jeg nå glad for at han har skåret 2 mål, og så kan ikke jeg bruke noe tid på at jeg glad på hans vegne, og han ikke her, så det jeg skal gjøre, det å utvikle de spillerne sammen med resten av teamet i Bodø Glimt, så men det er lov å ha meninger om Bodø Glimt, det bra.
Da tar vi et spørsmål her.
Kjetil, du var ikke helt fornøyd med det dere presterte på Emirates, og sa blant annet at du følte dere ikke klarte å være dere selv, og at dere hadde gjort noen grep både taktisk og rundt det. Kan du si litt nå etterpå om hva dere gjorde konkret rundt det, og om du fornøyd med det dere fikk til i dag? Da?
Ja, først og fremst så må vi akseptere, altså igjen, vi spiller på Emirates mot en av de aller beste lagene i Europa for øyeblikket. Og jeg opplever at spillerne var litt grann preget i den kampen. Og så det ganske naturlig. Vi snakker veldig mye om læring i Bodø Glimt, og det var en arena, og det var en kamp som vi ikke klarte å komme helt opp på vårt beste. Og så gjør vi noen justeringer i forhold til hvordan strukturen vår defensivt, og så har vi veldig tro på at vi skal tørre å være oss selv, og det synes jeg kanskje det jeg mest fornøyd med i dag, i forhold til at vi tør å utfordre Arsenal på at vi Bodø Glimt. Og det viser robusthet, det viser mot, og det viser at retningen vi har god.
Questions on front row?
Sorry if you've answered this already, but are you slightly disappointed not to take something from the match tonight? You felt like you had the clearer chances, certainly more of the chances.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I think it's a really good performance for Bodø Glimt, and football is not always fair, but we were a little bit unlucky on the goal we conceded, but that's life. For me, it's a fantastic football match, a good football match against 2 good teams, and I'm really proud how we raised the bar from the match on Emirates for 1 week ago.
How do you think your performances in the 2 games against Arsenal kind of help your prospects of going through to the next round? Because obviously you haven't got the results, but you're very happy with the performances, and you got a couple of games left to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, but we're playing against again. I'll repeat myself a little bit here, but one of the best teams in Europe at the moment, and it's something to play against the teams like Arsenal, because the intensity in a game, they are used to have the intensity, but we don't have it, so we need a little bit time to take it, and I really feel we raised the bar from the first match against them, because I don't think we have 10-15 minutes in the first half. We have maybe 25 minutes in the second half where we are competitive. But in this match, we are competitive in the whole match. I think we're defending really well. We are better organized in how we defend, and I think in total it's a good match, and I'm really happy how we handle the intensity in this match. So, but that shows that we are coachable, and that's really good.
Kjetil, Glimt får mye skryt av Arteta her på pressekonferansene, skryt av laget. Hva sier det om hvor langt dere kommer når det setter liksom, toppmanagere for topplag og sier at nærmest det går litt for fort for dem i perioder?
Ja, det klart at det noe med underlaget her som uvant for Arsenal. Det skal ikke vi glemme. Men det går fort ut på her. Og så det hyggelig, og så jo engelskmenn jo hyggelige og flinke og gi ros til andre, og det må vi ta til oss. Men i dag føler jeg at vi konkurransedyktige mot de, og vel så det, og det tror jeg han også ser. Og så tror jeg han ser et lag som i prinsipper, så både defensivt og offensivt, så det mye likhet mellom lagene. Så jeg begeistret for måten Arsenal spiller fotball på, og han begeistret for måten Glimt spiller fotball på. Det tror jeg har med måten du tenker fotball på og ønsker å utføre spillet på.
Sist det var toppmanager her, så ble det jo litt bråk i kulisser. Men har du fått snakket med Arteta på noen måte? Har dere konversert utover å si halleis? Liksom?
Nei, du merker hvor han inne i kampen og opptatt av å gjøre sin jobb, og de gjør alle forberedelser. Og det var ikke sånn når vi møtte Roma. Det var 100 unnskyldninger for hvordan at ikke forholdet var lagt til rette og bane og så videre, men dette en helt annen attitude, og det synes jeg det sånn det skal være. Det skal være fair play, vi skal ha respekt for hverandre, og så håper jeg kanskje at vi kan få mulighet til å besøke Arsenal og hente enda mer inspirasjon, for den jobben han og teamet har gjort og måten de har utviklet det laget på, det ekstremt imponerende.
I'll just ask, Mikel Arteta has been very complimentary about you and your team. Do you have any designs to work in England at any stage?
You have to repeat it.
Mikel Arteta has been...
I think it's, English football, that's the best league in the world, if you ask me. But at the moment, I'm really happy to be coaching Bodø Glimt, and I'm always 100% in this job, but you never know in the future. But at the moment, as long as I can develop this team, then I'm happy.
It's about the atmosphere as well. You said last week the Bodø fans were the best in Norway. They didn't let you down tonight, did they?
Yeah, but on Emirates, I think it was 55,000. And today, I don't know how many people, 7, 8,000. And I think we are competitive with Emirates, if you ask me, because we have, the fans are really important for this team, and I'm really proud of the team, but also the fans.
Ulrik slet med en skade i forkant av kampen her, og så måtte han ut tidlig. Kan du si litt om vurderingene rundt den og starte med han?
Vi testet han i dag. Meg og han hadde et møte klokken 10:30. Han følte seg klar, og det medisinske apparatet var med og mente at det var en riktig vurdering. Og så har ikke han gjort noe annet enn at den, hva skal du si, irritasjonen han har bak i låret slipper ikke taket, så han forverrer seg underveis i kampen. Så han ga seg på riktig tidspunkt. Det var, sånn det. Det små marginer av og til, men det var et valg vi stod i sammen.
Så har jeg bare tenkt til et nytt spørsmål, så tar vi et siste her.
Grønbæk kommer inn, Kjetil, og gjør en god første omgang i hvert fall. Hva kan du si om rollen hans nå, og planen du har for en mann du har brukt såpass mye penger for?
Jeg har ikke brukt en krone, men klubben har brukt litt penger på han, ja. Men vi har veldig tro på spilleren. Og så mener jeg at det noe med at han skal få tid å komme inn i sånn som vi ønsker han skal utøve rollen. Det går på intensitet, det går på omstillingsspill, det går på å bruke hans beste sider i det offensive spillet, og det handler ikke minst om samhandling. Og jeg har, og klubben har veldig tro på han, og i dag viser han at han spiller mot et meget godt lag, og det noen detaljer i spillet som fortsatt ikke helt sitter der, men summen av det han leverer i dag, det kan han være stolt av, og det viser at det har vært også en god investering for klubben.
Vi ferdig nå.
Siste, bare tenk på, det noen enorme sjanser i dag. Tror du at, altså sjanser de vanlige setter i spillerne her, tror du at det har litt med stundens alvor å gjøre, at det Arsenal som står på en side, at Amal og de ikke setter de sjansene de bøtta inn i eliteserien?
Nei, men samtidig så må jo vi skryte veldig av keeperen til Arsenal, for det jo noen ekstremt gode redninger, så den til Amal tror jeg vil gå inn i 99 av 100 ganger i eliteserien. Så jeg tror ikke det noen som preget av stundens alvor i avsluttende øyeblikk, men det bare viser at du må være enda mer giftig når du får muligheten på dette nivået.
Ok, takk skal dere ha. Velkommen tilbake.
Thank you.